various parts of the region. So looking at the participants, we see several from India, from Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and Philippines, among others. So welcome. We're very, very excited to have you all here today. So before we begin, let me introduce our esteemed speaker for today. So Dr. Nabi Hasan is the head librarian of the Indian Institute of Technology in Delhi. Earlier, he served as a university librarian at Aligarh Muslim University. He is the first Norman E. Barlow Fellow from India in Library Information Systems, trained at Cornell University in USA. Dr. Hasan has been honored with many awards, including Outstanding Academic Librarian Award in 2023, Fellow of the Special Libraries Association in 2022, the Salis Dr. Harish Chandra Sushila Chandra National Best Librarian Award in 2022, the SLA Engineering Librarian of the Year Award in 2021, the SLP SLA Asian Fellow Award in 2019, the Royal Society of Chemistry's Librarian's Choice Award in 2019, and lastly, the Bonnie Hilditch International Librarian Award in 2018. Dr. Hasan has served as president of SLA Asia and a president of the Academic and Education Community of the SLA USA. He's a 2024 president of the SLA Engineering Community, and he also received appreciation certificates from his respective institutes, such as the HP Agriculture University, Palampur, the AMU Aligarh, and IIT Delhi. He has coordinated and is coordinating many projects, including those funded by the World Bank and the Ministry of Education. He has 17 books and over 175 articles to his credit. Today, Dr. Hasan will share valuable insights and practical strategies to optimize your library's approach to collection development. We have set aside some time for questions and answers at the end of the presentation, so please feel free to submit your questions through the Q&A feature in your webinar interface throughout the session, and we will do our very best to answer as many of them as possible. So without further ado, Dr. Hasan, over to you.
Thank you very much, Africa, for giving me this opportunity. Before I begin, I would like to share my slides. But of course, it is really chilling. Good morning from IIT Delhi. The weather is really cold. And thank you very much, Elsevier and IIT Delhi, who helped me for this webinar. And thank you all for joining from different locations. In fact, many of my friends requested from America and Canada as well to join, but this is really a very odd time for them. It is 12 o'clock in the night. Let me share my presentation. Yeah. So, Africa, let me know if everything is going well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The screen is visible.
So again, good morning from Delhi, where it is foggy and cold. Weather to manage life really difficult. I'm again thankful to the Elsevier team and the team at IIT Delhi who really helped me to prepare for this webinar and helped me to understand the requirement of this webinar and how what the users or the attendees are expecting out of this webinar. So as part of this presentation, I'm going to touch some of the things like I will be covering some background information about the collection development. We will be sharing some information. What do we mean by collection development when we are talking about the collection development here? We will be discussing the models of the collection development with special reference to basically evidence-based collection development and also like cooperative collection development. We'll also be talking about tools and methods for data collection in e-resources, which can basically help us in collection development. We'll also try to cover how to optimize your budget allocations, how you can justify your budget allocation as far as adding the resources to your library is concerned. Of course, we need to have a collection development policy that we will be talking about, and we will be sharing some of the good case studies and some of the best practices from IIT Delhi, and also on the basis of the data that we have taken from some of the really reputed platforms, which will help us understand as how do we do the collection development. So libraries basically started way back, like one of the earliest library was Egypt's Alexandria Library, and then we could see Spain's Cordova Library with more than 400,000 collections. Then we could see that after DV decimal classification, things were getting better as far as the organization of library material is concerned. Then we could see the development in the digitization, and also like this RFID system help in the circulation, checkout, check-in as well. And now libraries were like really transformed, especially during COVID, and this accelerated a shift toward digital library. And we are continuing with this trend as well. And now there is an introduction of AI, machine learning, or you can say augmented or virtual reality tools in the libraries. So with this background, I would like to say that libraries have undergone a really profound metamorphosis in the digital age. Modern libraries are really vibrant spaces which are fostering collaboration, learning, innovation, and teaching. And libraries are now referred to as learning centers that are seamlessly integrated with all the institute activities or your college activities, and with embracing the new cutting edge technologies like use of AI, virtual reality, and data analytics. Libraries have expanded accessibility, and they are becoming more engaging places or spaces. So this transformation has not only reshaped the physical spaces of the library, but library professionals as well as a dynamic knowledge workers. So before moving further, let's understand what I'm going to talk about as far as the collection development is concerned. When I am talking about collection development, basically I'm talking about the e-resources, and mainly I will be talking about e-journals and e-books. And basically, collection development involves strategically acquiring and managing e-resource materials based on data-driven decision. So most of the, like our discussion will focus on data-driven decisions, means whether we will be talking about the usage or whether we will be talking about developing the collection, it will be based on basically evidence only. So various factors need to be considered for collection development, like the relevant topics, area of research strength, budget, space availability, which is digital and physical, both these spaces, easy access, maximizing returns from budget that we are spending, and ensuring maximum usage by acquiring relevant collection. So library professionals need to take utmost care in developing a balanced collection which enhances the quality of the library. So these are some of the important, you can say, stakeholders of the collection development. When we talk about collection development, there are people who are actually using the collection, and there are people who are actually providing or facilitating these collections. So you all know that these stakeholders include publishers who are actually providing us the content, and these also include the aggregators or the platform which are helping us exploring those collection. And there are the people, the service provider, the librarian community, who is basically helping to facilitate this collection to our faculty members and students as well. So as far as the e-resources models are concerned, basically we all understand that there are two type of e-resource models. Either generally we are accessing the content through aggregators, or we are accessing the content through the primary publishers. So as far as the models or selections are concerned for e-resources, so there are different type of models or selections that can be categorized in different categories. We may have some sort of evidence-based collections. We can also have other type of collections, like either we are subscribing through subscription model, or we may opt for perpetual access, or maybe pay-per-view model, or we may also have a consortium model. Like in India, we are using the N-list. Then there could be a lease model as well, where you are like getting the content for a particular period on some terms and conditions. We can also have access to a particular platform where the access has been provided to a number of resources. Then we also have like models where we are using large data sets, text or data mining access. You might have been using Bloomberg or maybe Refinitiv as well, where there is a data limitations and large sets of data are used. Then we are also exploring the free or trial verse based models, or like open collections are always available. Now we also have different type of you can say transformative agreement. So selection of a particular acquisition model basically depends upon your individual institution. It may depend upon your budget requirement, or it may depend upon the user needs if you have the budget. And of course, the licensing terms and conditions also matters a lot. So, although e-books are part of the e-resources, so most of the things which we covered in the last slide have been covered here. But there are few different things in e-books models as well. Like, for example, desktop edition models, the books that you can access through desktop, which might have been installed somewhere in the library, or like there are swapping models through which you can swap a book, or you can swap a complete book collection. Those are some of the unique things which are available in ebook models. And there are some books which are like when the print is linked to online access model. So there are few different models as well in ebook which are not available in like general subscription. So when we think to provide access to individual institutions, so of course libraries may have to avoid ebooks from commercial sites like ebooks.com or Amazon or Flipkart, because generally these platforms sell ebooks for individual purchase. So you have to see the copyright and other issues, whether those models are suitable to you. So few of these sites provide ebook on a single device basis and may not be used by library patrons at large. So sites like Gobi or Oasis or aggregators own selective website, or even the publisher platform, maybe from Elsevier or Taylor and Francis or Springer Nature. They provide ebook directly, basically as institutional purchase, not an individual purchase. So let's come to the main theme, that is evidence-based collection development. So in short, it is known as EBCD. It is popularly known as EBCD, and it is a strategic and data-driven approach, particularly in the context of electronic resources, that helps libraries make informed decisions about their collections. For example, if you are paying something upfront, you are paying, for example, $10,000 upfront in advance, and the access is provided to whole of the collection. And by the end of the year, you are able to retain those books which are highly used on the basis of the usage, and you are paying for those books only, and rest of the books have been removed from this model. So I think there are different ways of doing evidence-based collection development, and this is a model which is very popular. In fact, in countries like Singapore, etc., these are the models which are very popular, although these models have not gained very much popularity in India, but many of the libraries are using it, like IIM Bangalore and many other libraries. So these are some of the principles and components of EBCD. When we are thinking to add this model, or we are thinking to develop collection of e-resources, we are thinking about this model. This is basically a model which works on user feedback, or on the as per the assessment of the needs of the user. And we are doing different type of collection analysis. We are considering budget. We are also seeing vendor and publisher reputation, and we are doing their evaluation as well. So mainly our decisions are data driven decisions. And in fact, we are seeing both the things, qualitative and quantitative usage. Quantitative usage means we are seeing the usage statistics taken from maybe counter or some other tools. And on the basis of qualitative analysis, we are like doing user surveys or on the people who are actually using these collections. Then there is another popular model known as collaborative collection development. This model is also very popular, and Miss Lee from Singapore is one of the pioneer in this approach. And in simple terms, you can say this is a basically consortia-based model where cooperative approach is adopted by libraries or group of libraries or a government institution like InflipNet. N-list model you can consider as one of the collaborative collection development model, where the people or the institution are coming together for the mutual interest. So when we think about the collection, e-resources collections, I think we are considering requests coming from different sites. The requests are coming internally while we are seeing the curriculum of the institution. We are seeing the user suggestions received through different ways. And also we are seeing the request coming externally, like through reviews or publishers catalog, or maybe we are using some bibliometric tool. And also we are seeing the actual usage using usage statistics or maybe Autometrics or maybe web analytics as well. So when we talk about providing access to content and we want to make our content discoverable, some of the ways that we are using for helping the people to or user to discover the content include our aggregators platform like Gobi, or maybe publishers website, for example, Science Direct platform, or maybe library website. We can help people to explore the content through library website, or maybe our online public access catalog, or we can develop a app, or we can also develop a chatbot. And also like we are trying to help people to explore the content through creating some digital libraries or creating ebook archives. And also we can use discovery or federated search platforms for exploring the contents. So these are some of the tools and methods for data collection in e-resources, because we need to collect the data for like data-driven decisions for the collection development. I think most of the things you already understand, that apart from seeing the actual usage, turnaways is one of the important component when your IP range is mapped with publisher platform. So the publisher are able to see the turnaways, how people are trying to access the content unsuccessfully. Either they do not have access to those content, or the number of users limit might be crossing. And also we are integrating it with the integrated library management systems. So by employing a combination of these tools and methods, libraries can gather a holistic set of data that informs evidence-based decisions for the development, for the maintenance, and for optimizing the resources. So I think on the basis of this discussion, I think we can say that optimizing budget allocation for maximum impact in collection development involves a strategic and data-driven approach. By leveraging tools like usage statistics, co-usage analysis, and cost-effective assessment, libraries can identify high-impact resources and allocate budgetary resources more efficiently. And this process ensures that funds are directed towards the more efficiently used resources. So as a library professional, I think if you are going to add resources to your collection, you may consider some of these important finds. You may consider the value of the content that you are going to add. You can see whether the platform allow you co-usage, like can you use the books and journals together while you are subscribing to a collection of books and journal. The interface should be user friendly. The license agreement is also very important. The license agreement should be in your favor. At least it should support you with minimum DRM restrictions. We try to add content if we are adding the ebooks for perpetual way. And like, do we have unlimited simultaneous usage of content allowed, or what is the reputation of the author, editor, or publisher from whom we are adding the ebooks. And we also want to see the visibility and discoverability of content in our different platform. And of course, are we saving in physical and digital space as well? And of course, if you are a government institution, you need to consider like audit or other account requirements as well. So I think we need to have a collection development policy for e-resources as well, because generally we are not having a collection development policy uh, uh, for e-resources in most of the institutions, because our experience show that collection development policy for e-resources may serve a great purpose, like it can serve as a manual for a staff or the new people who are joining the library system. It can help you in your self-evaluation or evaluation of your work or collections by outsider, maybe by faculty members or administrators. And it gives an understanding to libraries, governing or funding bodies how effectively you are making use of the fund that those have been provided. And it also protects you from audit and account observations. So I think licensing is very important as far as the e-resources is concerned. So while you are signing a license agreement, I think you should see what are the important points that need to be considered. Like in case of a court case, which will be the jurisdiction of the court, like whether it will be settled in your country or in the country of the publisher, or like are there any auto renewal clauses, or what will be the expiry of the term, or will there be any post-termination access fee, like platform maintenance fee, etc.? So there are already model license agreement available, or some guidelines for model license agreement available by different agencies. Like in India, Infilmnet has also drafted a model license agreement, and so is the case by a license agreement project or association of research libraries. I think arbitration clause is very important, and most of the publishers, while we are signing a agreement, put a clause in the license agreement that in case of any dispute, litigation should be settled in the courts of their country. But as a librarian, we should try to convince the publishers or the service provider that it should be the country of the user. And there are some bodies internationally as well, like in India, we have bodies like Indian Council of Arbitration or maybe Delhi International Arbitration Center. So let me discuss with you some of the interesting case studies, because so far I was covering the theoretical component to give you some background, because that was also required. So here you can see that interdisciplinary research is very important nowadays. Means people are doing research with the people from other domain, with the people from other countries, interinstitutional research. So I think IDR is becoming more important, and while we are exploring the IDR, interdisciplinary research, I think co-usage analysis of books and journals together through one platform gives us a lot of weightage. So this is the slide which helps you understand, like 78% people, researchers often do interdisciplinary research, and 90% of the people feel that they benefit using books and journals in academics together. So this is an interesting data. Then this is the data when we analyze book usage globally. India stands at 24th. But when we try to understand how many people are trying to access the content unsuccessfully because they do not have access to those content, the India stat at 4th position. So there are people who are trying to make use of the content back and forth, and they are trying unsuccessfully. So the data is very interesting. If you go to the APEC countries, this is the APEC trends for book usage and turnaways. So when we analyze book usage in APEC, India is 7. So actual usage by India in the APEC countries is 7th. But when we try to understand the turnaways or unsuccessful attempt, the data shows that we stand at 2nd position. So we are trying to understand that, like, there are a lot of demand from India for like different type of content. So this is basically India's outlook for like books usage and turnaways from 2019 to 22. So when we look into compounded annual growth rate, the usage, it is 12% and turnovers are 6%. So I could identify that IIT Group, Indian Institute of Technology, which are total 23 institutions from India, they have the highest usage as well as the turnovers. So as far as the co-usage trends in Asian countries are concerned, co-usage means using journals and books together using a particular platform. So China, of course, lead the pack with co-usage percentage of 50, and Japan is at next level. India also have very good co-usage trend, that is 39%. So this is an interesting slide which talks about the nexus between journals and books. So don't go by the word nexus. Nexus between books and journals simply means that basically people are trying to make use of books and journals together. And if they are making use of the books and journal together, then they are leaving a great research impact. They are impacting the research positively, and this is proved by data on the next upcoming slide. So here you can see how co-using books and journals is impacting research. As far as this interdisciplinary insights are concerned, when we are using the books and journals together, it is helping us in interdisciplinary insight. It is helping us in comprehensive literature review. It is giving us depth and breadth in the data, and also it is giving research synthesis. So overall, in the interest of time, I have to rush through my slide. So in the if we are using the books and journals together, it is impacting research in our institution. It is leaving a better impact in the institution. So if you will see this slide, the slide says that 70%, 17% article published in India during 17 to 20 book reference a book. Means if you are writing an article on the basis of the citation, it is proved that 70% of the articles published in India are referring a book. And the average FWCI field weighted citation index of article that reference a book is higher, which is 1.23. So the global average of FWCI is basically 1. And higher FWCI of article that reference a book over those who don't is again much higher, that is 18.6%. So science basically never stops. Science never stops, and you can see that starting with the textbook or major reference book, developing further understanding on the basis of foundational content, we are becoming established researchers, and this process of learning never stops. So this is an interesting slide which says that support at all stages of research and learning with books and journals continue. This is basically a very famous picture pyramid, you can say, taken from the Elsevier, and it says how we are making use of the resources from books to journals and contributing in the primary research. So I think one of the important addition in the Science Direct platform is that it gives you facility of topic pages as well. Topic pages as well means when you are accessing any information from the platform, if a word which is not common to you, if you want to understand the meaning of that word, you can just click that word this way and it will be popped up. So you can, for example, for this particular word, you can just click it and the AI generated tool will give you the details of this word. So this is basically, these are basically topic pages which are increasing day by day and becoming very popular. So this is another another evidence-based screen, and this has been taken from the BSV consortia, which is basically consortia data from the Austria and Germany. And this slide shows that evidence-based acquisition is becoming very popular. For example, in this slide, it is shown that out of 100%, by paying 6% of the total collection, they were able to retain all the important collection. So on the basis of evidence, like 94%, they were able to access 100% of the collection, but they ended up paying just 6%. So this is another slide from another like publisher, Springer Nature, which says that which shows that evidence-based collection is becoming more popular. For example, there are different models which may support your kitty. For example, this is a librarians portal where you can add the ebooks of your choice, and it gives you a platform-based access as well. And also there are models which support different type of evidence-based collection. So I think most of the publishers are coming up with these type of models. So quickly, I would like to show you a research snapshot of IIT Delhi from 2018 to 23, like how the co-usage or interdisciplinary collaboration is helping IIT Delhi in its growth and development, and also like helping us in our visibility, research impact, and ranking as well. So this is the screen from IIT Delhi, which shows that IIT Delhi has been using different tools for collection development. Like we have a ARP-based ebook recommendation system. Then I think we can proudly say that IIT Delhi is perhaps the first who created a online book and ebook recommendation system form using Koha. And we have also provided like e-resources list for A to Z journals or archives or ebooks. And we have we are helping people to explore our resources through off-campus. And our electronic resource division in IIT Delhi Central Library has installed this ERM Coral. And also, like very recently, like our team has also added a in-house developed chatbot which is named BibDial Plus. So they are adding they are making its knowledge base most comprehensive, and our app is already popular, which is available on like Android. So you can see from this slide that although IIT Delhi has 54,590 total publication its whole journey, but our scholarly output during last like 18 to 23 has increased a lot. Our FWCI is 1.19, which is over the world average. We have good number of citations. Our total 9.7 citation per publication have been counted, although the average of India is 7.8 only. So 21.4% of institution publication are in open access journal, and our 57.8% papers are in Q1 journal, and 23.3% of them are Q2 journal. So this is a very good trend. And this is the contribution from IIT Delhi to Elsevier publication. Like Elsevier has the highest publication share, which is 21.1%, and our reference share is 29.7%, and our citation share is over 40%. So article published with Elsevier have an average FWCI of 1.7%. So our paper published in Elsevier are giving us more FWCI and citation share as well. So this is like research analysis, further research analysis and pattern of interdisciplinary research. So between 2018 to 23, researchers at IIT Delhi have contributed to 989 topic clusters and 5475 topics. What does this mean? This simply means that there is a lot of interdisciplinary research and collaborative research happening. And this is happening because we have a lot of books and journals used together using different platforms. You can see that our international collaborated papers have given us FWCI of 1.66%. It is higher even with the academic corporate collaboration, which is 2.24%. And you can see that our interdisciplinary research has increased a lot during COVID, and our majority of the publications, inter-institutional publications are with All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Delhi. Because of COVID, we have a lot of collaboration. And if you see the impact of an individual, you can see Professor Bhim Singh, who is one of the most prolific authors from India, not from IIT Delhi. So his international collaborated papers, FWCI 2.49, and it is more using corporate collaboration, which is 3.32. It simply means that if you have interdisciplinary research or if you have collaborative research, it is leaving better impact. And that is possible only when you are bringing books and journal together, you are trying to make co-usage. So this is further, like one of his paper has received 30.74 FWCI, which is really amazing. So this clearly shows that his collaborative research or interdisciplinary research is leaving a lot of impact on the people. And this is, you can say, top authors on the basis of scholarly output. Again, you can see Professor Bhim Singh is here with so many citation and great 83 H index using Scopus. So this is all because of the interdisciplinary research or the collaborative research that he's doing with his peers or colleagues. So as far as the co-usage of co-reference is concerned, like 38% co-usage on ScienceDirect is found where researchers have accessed both journals and books together. And 25% of the publication have referred both books and journals. And institute researchers have gained 21% of additional impact by referring foundational content in their research. So you can see that the co-reference FWCI is 21.2%. So this is because of the foundational content used from the books and research content used from the journal. So this is a simple slide which shows that IIT Delhi has a great impact as far as the startups are concerned or the unicorns are concerned, because we have a lot of interdisciplinary research. We are collaborating with the corporate, we are collaborating with the international institution. So if you are able to collaborate with the international institution, if you have a lot of collaborative research, you are doing co-usage, means you are using the books and journals together, you are going to leave a great impact on research landscape. So with this, I would like to sum up that collection models or collection development models are varied. They may vary and they are very diverse. They depend from institution to institution, depending upon your budget and your research needs. But of course, evidence-based collection development, whether it is EBCD or whether it is CCD, they are becoming more popular and they are leaving great impact. They are giving value to your money that you are investing in collection development. And of course, the real-world case studies exemplify that. They also says EBCD and CCD principles are more popular. They are demonstrating that these should be used and should be explored as well. But of course, co-usage analysis is really showing great interest. And there are platforms, for example, ScienceDirect, or there is a platform from Springer Nature, or you can explore Gobi as well. These are basically need of the hour. So if you are able to explore co-usage platforms, or if you are able to do co-usage research or interdisciplinary research using some of the important platforms, then this can help your institution a lot. So I have taken content from different sources, including the content of my colleagues from IIT Delhi and also the content from different sites. And of course, the research impact or the case studies that I have shown, the data has been provided by Elsevier from ScienceCival and also from their ScienceDirect platform. So I wish to acknowledge, and of course, the opinions expressed are my personal and may not necessarily reflect my official position. So thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Over to you, host.
Thank you, Dr. Hasan, for that very, very insightful presentation. And now we would like to open the floor to some Q&As. In fact, we've received several questions over at our chat box. And one of them is, how should collection development be promoted to users?
So I think I have already shared that the collection development may be promoted through various ways, you can integrate your collection through your OPEC. You can integrate your collection through your website, institute website, or the library website. You can integrate it with the apps, because everyone is carrying a mobile device. If you have a mobile app, then it can help. Like if it is possible, you can integrate with the chatbot or AI-based application. And of course, like in IIT Delhi, we have a very good research support services and outreach program unit. So almost every week, we have one workshop or another workshop for the promotion of our resources. And also our research scholars and faculty members are like coming to us, discussing one-to-one. This is how we can easily promote our collection without paying anything. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Hasan. Another question, how much time one should give to newly added e-resource to build up its usage? This is to decide whether to continue or not.
So I think my colleague has been doing this analysis, Dr. Vijay Verma, but we have realized it takes at least 6 months to develop some usage. It may take a year as well, because it takes time people to understand the collection and then explore it and then finally come to the conclusion. Because even the usage statistics sometimes take like 3 months to be made available. So it is just like citation things, like your paper takes time to get a citation. In the same way, the collection takes time to become popular. But of course, you can, like, if you are able to help people explore it, even through discovery services or federated searches, that can also help. Yeah.
That's great. What type of ebook subscription is best for the library? Should we take a perpetual base or an annual base subscription? Can you please elaborate swapping model and desktop model, and when one nation, one subscription policy implement?
Okay. So couple of questions included here. So like IIT Delhi, as far as IIT Delhi is concerned, we are taking only perpetual access model. We are not going for subscription model, because once a year is over, you do not have anything in your kitty. So there are some publishers, for them, perpetual access does not means life for life. Their perpetual access may be for 12, 14 years, or maybe for 7 to 10 years. So there we are helpless. Otherwise, for us, we are adding only those ebooks which have access for life. Perpetual access means access for life generally. And also we are preferring where there are no DRM issues, like there is no limitation for downloads and other things. But preference and the available models are two different things. You cannot have everything the way you want. So this was first part of your question. What were the other parts? Can you please, Africa, repeat for me one by one?
Can you please elaborate swapping model and desktop model?
So
And
swapping model is like, it could be in various form. Like you have taken 10 books and you want to swap those 10 books with another 10 books next time, depending upon some terms and condition. So it is basically swapping one resource with other resource. So it could be swapping of books. It could be like swapping of you are taking something else, some other content against that value. So it depends. As far as the desktop models are concerned, those are not very popular. But desktop models means the ebooks are available from a particular machine. Maybe like something has been installed on the machine. If you are aware about like Bloomberg terminal or maybe Refinitiv terminal, it works like that only. Like the resources available from a particular machine or computer. This is how the swapping model is concerned. As far as one nation, one subscription is concerned, uh, uh, so one nation, one subscription, there are two components of one nation, one subscription. One component is like providing access to e-resources, and another component is APC. So as of now, like it is not considering e-books there. Yeah.
okay, thank you, Dr. Hasan. Another question: what are your metrics used in developing print collection?
What are your
Metrics for developing print collection.
So as far as the print collection is concerned, we have like some we have identified some criteria like the requests are coming from the faculty members through the head of the department. Then the requests are coming from the student through their like supervisors. And the requests are also identified by our user services areas like our circulation desk or our textbook section or our book bank sections. So these are few of the areas from where we are like in getting requests. We are understanding what the requirement of the users are. And also, like as far as the ebooks are concerned, we are also seeing the turnaways as well. Like for example, our IP range is mapped by Elsevier or Springer Nature. So we may not be having access to all their collections. But when people are trying to access their collection, and they are not able to get access because we have not subscribed to that. So that is giving us some data. And since we have like a recommendation system online as well, that is helping us in identifying the needs of the user. And that is how we are adding like print collections as well.
Thank you, Dr. Hasan. So we got some really great questions here today. What is a good ratio of collection development for textbooks and general self-development books?
So I think if I could properly understand the question, like you are asking, what is the proper ratio of collection development for textbook and general books?
Yes, yes.
So I think textbooks are more popular because textbooks are mostly used by our Bachelor of Technology student, or you can say undergraduate. So there are not many resources available for them in the e-format. So they are preferring the textbooks. And also we have a book bank scheme where we are keeping these textbooks as well, which they can take home for 6 months as well without paying anything. So to me, I think textbooks are in more demand. As far as the general books are concerned, they may not be in that much demand because the collection is huge. But every book is not having many takers. But textbooks are used by many people because there are large classes of BTech students.
Thank you, sir. Another question, have you implemented evidence-based collection development at IIT Delhi, and do you anticipate that this model will yield positive returns on investment for the library?
So I'm a great supporter of evidence-based acquisition, but unfortunately, we are finding it difficult to implement the way we want because there are audit issues. We are a purely government institution. We are a public institution. So paying upfront is an issue. But of course, like many great institutions have very successfully using it. Like IIM Bangalore is one of the greatest user of this evidence-based collection development. There are many others as well. So to me, as a library professional, it is a very good model. But there could be difficulties implementing a particular model in different institutions, being public institutions. But I support it because you have everything open for a year. You are able to use the whole collection. And at the end of the year, you are retaining those books for which you have already paid upfront. So this is perhaps the best model available.
Another question. So many often feel that for accreditation agencies like NAAC and NBA are not assessing the collection. They stress on physical appearance with decrease in budgets year by year. How can we build a balanced collection?
So can you please repeat the question?
For accreditation agencies like NAAC and NBA, are usually not assessing the collection. They stress on physical appearance. With decreased budgets year by year, how can we build a balanced collection? So I think it's quite similar to the question earlier on balancing the collection development.
So I think of course, whatever budget we have. Africa, you may not be perhaps aware that in India, there are accreditation agencies. They have a specific requirement for accreditation. So if your accreditation score is not good, for example, A or A plus, okay, Then there is a decrease in the funding as well. Like there are many issues in starting the courses or increasing the fee or funding as well. So I think as far as those like institutions are concerned, which require a particular grading from these accreditation agencies, they have to show the collection the way the requirement is. Okay, so you have to balance your budget as per the requirement of the accreditation agencies, at least the time they are visiting you. At least the time they are visiting you. But of course, there are like corporate houses who are funding the libraries under CSR, corporate social responsibility. Like we have a great library close to Delhi known as Ashoka University, and the name of the library is HDFC Library. So HDFC is basically the name of the bank who has funded this library and who is like helping in maintaining that library. In the same way, we have IIM Ahmedabad, we have Triple ITD. They have been funded under corporate social responsibility by like TCS and HDFC. So I think one thing, on the basis of the available budget, you can plan developing the print and e-collection as per the requirement of the funding, accreditation agency. And then you can also approach the corporates for like their funding through corporate social responsibility.
Thank you, sir. Another question, is your library employing any AI tools for collection development?
We have just started. Like we have a computer application division. We have a person known as Dr. Mohit Garg, who is my colleague here. So he and his team has developed a AI tool known as BibDial Plus. This is in-house developed tool. They have not taken help from like paid help. They have not taken. They have used open source software. So yeah, we have developed a BibDial Plus tool, but it is a beta version. It has yet not been trained for large data sets. It is a we are training it. The team of Dr. Mohit Garg is training the LMM.
Thank you, sir. Another question, what is your preference for multi-copy textbooks, e-version or print version, and why?
Can you please say again?
What is your preference for multi-copy textbooks, e-version
Or
or print version, and why?
no, I could not. Like, can you please say again? Sorry.
Your preference for multi-copy textbooks. Multi-copy.
I could not understand. Lakshay, can
Multi
you please help?
copies. It's multi copies.
Oh, so as far as the textbooks are concerned, we are keeping multiple copies for print books because those are in high demand and like they are catering the syllabus of the student. So they are coming in groups. So we are keeping multiple copies as far as textbooks are concerned because they are not available generally in like e-format. Legally, they are not available. So we are keeping multiple copies. We have limitation of space, otherwise we want to keep more copies.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. And how can bibliometrics data help in collection development?
Of course, bibliometrics can help a lot in collection development because collection development is basically data driven. So bibliometric analysis can help you understand the user behavior. So if they are through bibliometrics, you can understand like what are the books which are in demand. You can do different type of analysis. You can analyze the user behavior. Okay, on the basis of the data sets. So everything is data driven. So bibliometric tool can help you like understand the requirement of the user in a better way.
Another question, which acquisition model is better for collection development for a government-funded institution?
So as far as the ebooks are concerned, it is of course a data-driven model. Like you can say whether you call it a patron-driven model, PDA, or you can call it as a EBCD. So it is basically a EBCD model or data-driven model.
I think for my last question, what is better for a library to subscribe collections through publishers or aggregator?
I think publishers, because earlier we had some issues like a resource which is on aggregators platform. I mean, in future, if the book is if the collection is removed from aggregator platform, there are issues sometime. So if we are able to have access through publishers platform, I think there is more chances that we are able to approach publisher in a better way. So we have issues using our collections through aggregators platform sometime.
Okay, thank you, Dr.
But
Hasan.
of course, I think license agreement is the instrument which can help you, even if you are using aggregator platform. The only advantage of aggregator platform is that it is bringing you everything in your plate, like different ingredients are in your one plate. So it's like a plate full of different type of like good things. But in case of publisher platform, you have to visit publisher's platform to explore all the resources. So for this, you can explore discovery services. You can integrate all your resources and provide access through one integrated discovery services platform, which we are also using. We
Okay,
have been using integrated discovery platform for many years.
okay. We have one last question, and it goes, what is your suggestion for increasing the library budget for collection development?
So make yourself relevant. You should be a very good marketing or marketing guy, because sometimes you are doing a great work, but you are not able to help your administrators understand what good work you are doing. So the TRP of library is not that the basic services that we are providing, that we have to provide anyhow. You have to go out of the box. You have to help people understand that you are a very important person. For example, now ranking, accreditation, visibility, impact of your institute are very important. Let me give again same example which I have been giving you. For example, if you have some health issues, you are going to a lab where you are getting yourself tested for blood, urine, stool, MRI, CT scan. You are getting all the tests done. Still, you cannot prescribe medicine for yourself. You have to go to the doctor. Okay, there is a telemedicine, still you have to go to the doctor. Same way, you have lectures available on YouTube, you have virtual university, digital universities. Still, there is a requirement of teachers. Same way, present yourself in a way that your services are indispensable. If your requirement is indispensable, if you are an important person which is helping institution in the visibility, in the impact of research, in ranking as well, and if you are supporting your research scholar by providing research support services and outreach program, so you have to become out of box. If the library cannot, people cannot come to you, the library should reach to them. So if you are becoming that important person, I think nobody is going to say you no for the budget. They will definitely support you or find some ways to support library. So you have to show your importance. You have to become a smart librarian. You have to go out of box. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Hasan, for those valuable insights. And thank you, everyone who's been very engaging and in asking so many questions. If there are any questions we were unable to answer, we will definitely try to answer them by email as soon as we can. So thank you once again, Dr. Hasan, for your time today. And we will be sending a recording of this webinar very soon. And if you require a certificate of attendance, please do complete our event feedback form. And we also definitely would like to hear from you on what you think about the webinar and whether you'd also like to speak with one of our consultants to learn more about collection development. Okay, thank you once again, everyone, and have a good day ahead.
Thank you, Africa, for really nicely conducting this whole event.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, everyone, friends, colleagues from different parts for joining in such a large number. It's a really chilly evening, but still, you joined, you like enjoyed the whole event. Still, I can see 223 people are still there. So thank you very much for your motivation, support, and let's meet someday physically as well, because
Yes.
this is the time to meet physically as well. So I would request Elsevier to host an event where we can invite some of the people and we can like enjoy some in-person discussion as well. Thank you very much, Lakshay, for all your support. Thank you very much, Sumit. Thank you, Farha. Thank you, Aishwarya. Thank you, Tan. Everyone, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Our pleasure.
Thank you so
sir.
much, sir.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
sir.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks, team.